Hi again. Hopefully you notice that there's a lot of vocabulary dealing with these angle relationships. So today we're going to look at angles formed with parallel lines in a transversal. I do not expect you to know what any of that is yet, but the whole point is I'm going to teach you all the vocab and the things, and there's a lot from this thing. So don't get confused. And if you do, email me, call me, do what you need to do, video chat. We can do all sorts of things to help make sure you understand what they are. So let's start with the idea of what are parallel lines. So parallel lines never cross and have the same slope. So that means that as one rises, it runs the same amount, therefore that's why they never cross. Then we have something here, because that's parallel lines. So what's this transversal thing? A transversal is just silly. All it is a line that crosses two parallel lines. That's simple. So it just cuts through them. Think of railroad tracks and then something going across them. You're going to see words like alternate. And when I see the words alternate, I think of things that are on opposite sides of the transversal. Well, if they're not alternate, they call it simply same side, which logically means it's on the same side of the transversal. They'll also talk about being interior or exterior. So interior means inside the parallel lines versus exterior means outside the parallel lines. And we want to talk like a mathematician. So when we're describing all these things, I need you to use one of these words and one of these words. You're not allowed to go, well, they're just on opposite sides. No, you must use alternate. You can't just say it's inside, it has to be interior. Okay? So when I draw this, so what does this look like when we do these problems? So first we have parallel lines. Now they don't have to be going sideways like this, they could be going in any direction. So you should see two lines, and they typically show they are parallel with these little extra arrows on them. That means a symbol in math that they know that they're going to be parallel. And again, a transversal is just something that cuts through them. Bam. So this is my transversal. So let's talk about which kind of things match then. So if I asked you to do alternate interior angles, let's see if we can find a pair. There's more than one. The first thing you may want to do is highlight your transversal. So the first thing I want is them to be alternate, means they have to be on opposite sides, one on the left and one on the right. For the yellow, my parallel lines, the interior needs to be inside. So I need to be on opposite sides of the blue, but inside the yellow. So for example, I could pick A and B. There's one other set I could have picked, and that would have been inside here and inside here, but notice they have to be on opposite sides. I couldn't have picked A to be on this side, so it would be same side. Okay? What about, oh, there's one other I need to mention. So that would be same side. If I want to do exterior, I could do alternate exterior, same side exterior. So again, the first word tells me is it inside or outside of the, is it on the same side or opposite sides of the transversal. The second word here is telling me is it on the inside or the outside of the yellow lines. The last thing I need to mention is something called corresponding angles. They are kind of the weird step cousins, but they come up a lot. This means I have one interior and one exterior angle on the side of the transversal. Oh, you can't even see my words. That match. Okay, so what do I mean by that? So if I was looking for a corresponding angle to A, it would be down here, C. So A and C are corresponding. I could also look at B, the corresponding one, the one that's outside that's the same, is here. Oops, sorry, let's put a D instead of B to not make it confusing. That would be B and D. By the way, what are C and D? Well, when I look at C and D, they're both outside the yellow line, so that would be exterior. They're on opposite sides of the transversal, so that means they're alternate, so C and D are alternate exterior angles. Man, I know that was a lot of words. There's tons of resources on the web. I'm here to help you if you need anything else, but hopefully that's a good introduction to some of this vocabulary.